So I'm going to concentrate initially on this here. This is probably the biggest thing that people perceive as risk for the mutual fund or for the hedge fund. So why is it risky? I guess it would depend on, will it motivate the manager to do something risky? Okay, so you would say, okay, well, they want to retain the client, so that would mean they want to keep the 2% of the asset safe. However, if you get 20% of the profit, this could be very large. Okay, so let's just do a very simple example. Let's suppose you have a hedge fund that is $100 million. Okay, and let's figure out what the fees would be, and we're gonna do it in two scenarios. So you have a return of 0%, so not good. Return of 10%, so a pretty good return. Or you hit a home run and you get a return of 50%. Okay, so you have a really big year. How will the manager do? And actually, let me put one more here. Return of negative 10%. Okay, so the assets, the base fee will be 2,000. Or not 2,000, 2% of 100 million. So $2 million. In all cases, the manager will receive $2 million per year for managing that portfolio. The profit percentage, which is 20%, is going to be 0 when you lose money, and when you have a flat return, it's also going to be 0. So your total fee as a hedge fund manager is going to be $2 million in the first two scenarios. Now, what if you make 10%? So you made 10% of 100 million. So you made $10 million, but you get 20% of that. Okay, so 20% of 10 million is going to be 2 million. So essentially you doubled your fee because you had a good year. So you'd say, okay, well, that's fine. That was the whole point. You wanted to motivate the manager to do well. Now, what about the second case? They got 50%. So you made 50 million. Now you get 20% of 50 million, which is 10 million. So your fee is $12 million for that year. So you can see the difference here. All of a sudden, is that it starts to increase dramatically. And one argument would be that's fine because you want to get the manager to earn as much as possible. But you could make that argument for this portion here because a well-invested portfolio in a decent year could make 10%. That's not unheard of. If the market is averaging 8, that wouldn't be a unrealistic expectation. But to make 50%, the only way you're going to do that is you're going to sort of place some bets on some companies that might be high risk. And if it works out, then the manager will make a pile of money. What if it doesn't work out? What if the bet is wrong and you actually lose money? The manager still does okay. They still get the 2 million. Now, obviously, you can only do that so many times before the client just leaves or the money is lost and you don't earn the base anymore. So they don't want to be necessarily excessively aggressive, but you can see how the underlying motivation here is to have some level of risk in the portfolio or some level of speculation in a lot of them. Okay? So that is one of the reasons that you could say that hedge funds can be considered to be a little bit riskier than a traditional mutual fund or other similar types of investments.